And I'm honored to be joined once again by Alex Drueke to give his insights on these big negotiations. Alex, appreciate you coming back on. Good to see you.
Thank you, Natasha.
You have fought alongside the Ukrainians on the ground. What was it like for you to watch things fall apart so spectacularly on Friday?
I'll tell you, I'm furious. Putting aside my concerns of what this administration is doing internally to our country, I really believe that it was abhorrent and shameful. The administration, I believe, purposely staged an ambush where they outnumbered President Zelensky just so they could cause a public spectacle. And if anyone disrespected the Oval Office, it was the administration, not President Zelensky.
You have maintained your connection with Ukraine and understand the psyche, the resilience over the last 3 years there. How are Ukrainians feeling watching this unfold?
They are just as mad as I am, and they're quite concerned. The U.S. has been a huge supporter of Ukraine, as it should be, both in terms of money and in terms of military equipment. And so, if this administration does stop supporting Ukraine, it's going to create quite a void that Europe is going to have to fill. But Europe is going to have some obstacles and some hurdles being able to do that. The administration did say that Zelensky was gambling with World War III, but if anyone's doing that over the past 3 years, it's been the U.S. and it's been NATO in not fully stopping this act of Russian aggression.
What was it like to witness that Russian aggression on the ground? What was it like to fight the Russians? And do you think that Putin can be trusted?
No, Putin can definitely not be trusted. I mean, no matter what, he's going to continue. Any kind of temporary ceasefire deal or freezing things along the current lines of conflict is only going to give Putin time to rearm and re-equip and attack again, especially if we cannot include the security agreements that Ukraine is looking for in all these kinds of deals. That is essential. It's going to take NATO troops on Ukrainian soil to be an actual deterrent to Putin. And honestly, Ukraine should be fast-tracked for NATO membership. They've proven they deserve it. They've proven that they are the most battle-hardened, experienced fighting force on the planet. And they are the bastion of freedom that's holding back this tide of evil coming from the Kremlin.
Yeah, Alex, how does this deal get done going forward? And can I ask as well, is Zelensky stepping down a part of that calculus? Because Mike Johnson and others have said in order to secure a peace deal, Zelensky needs to step down potentially. Would that give peace its best chance? Are things too fractured at this point?
Right now, that's very, very difficult for Ukraine to do. Zelensky has said, if we reach the appropriate peace deal, I will step down. He's not some dictator who's trying to remain in power for 25 years or more, like Putin is. The issue is martial law has been declared in Ukraine. And so they are not allowed by law to hold elections. Also, it's impossible. They have millions of Ukrainians that have been displaced across the world. They have hundreds of thousands of Ukrainians fighting on the front lines. If they were to hold elections and have mass groupings of civilians at polling places, we know without a doubt that Russia would bomb those polling places and kill as many civilians as they can. So right now, it's impossible for Ukraine to hold elections and replace Zelensky in a lawful manner. What has to happen is we have to reach a deal that is actually good for Ukraine. And so far, our administration has only presented completely lopsided deals, has said that they'll make all the concessions to Russia that Russia wants, and that Ukraine doesn't get anything in return. Right now, they've all been bad deals.
Yeah,
but
Alex,
if the right deal comes along,
what does that? And we're almost out of time. But what does that deal look
Sure.
like? I mean, is there a scenario here where Ukraine doesn't make massive concessions here, give over land that they never wanted to Russia? I mean, what does the path look like?
Honestly, in my opinion, the path is, and it's going to be difficult, but the path is every single Russian is kicked out of internationally recognized borders of Ukraine. Every single square centimeter of Ukraine, including Crimea, is returned to Ukraine. As I said, Ukraine should get a fast track to NATO membership to deter any further incursions by Russia. I mean, I know it's a hard ask,
Yeah.
but Ukraine has been making some progress on the battlefield, even halting the advance in the Pokrovsk direction, which has been the main focus of Russia's attack. So Ukraine is still holding fast on the battlefield.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.